Hello and welcome to Zazumi. I'm Sherry Barbera and we are talking about how to revamp your channel.
For 2022.
2022.
2022.
Woo! And hey, Rob, welcome. So good to see you. Rob is here, honey.
Rob Greenspan.
Hello, Rob Greenspan.
Rob Greenspan is in the house.
Yay.
Wait,
and hey, Keith is here too. Hola. Hola, Keith. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for showing up. We've got more people, but we can't see them, so that's okay. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. Let's get into it because this is so exciting. So what should you do to revamp your YouTube channel? And what do I even mean by revamping? Well, if you want to grow and you're not, if you're sort of stuck, or maybe you haven't even started yet, there are certain key things that you can do to change your channel to make it better or to start a channel the right way right from the beginning. And there are 5 things. The first is your goals and your strategy. The second is your audience and market. The third is what are your topics and posting. Number 4 is communities. That's interesting, right? And 5 is YouTube Studio and analytics. Today, we are only going to be talking about the first one, goals and strategy, because there is so much involved in this. There's kind of no point in me just, fluffing over it. I'd rather just really talk about it. So that's what we're going to do. So why YouTube? YouTube, being the second largest search engine in the world, makes it super valuable for really anyone who wants to be on YouTube, but particularly for businesses, because people use it to answer questions like why, like who, like how, and like what. And when you want to revamp your channel to make it work better, for 2022, you want to think first that YouTube is a search engine. So how will people be searching for my content? Why are they searching for it? What are they actually typing in? What are people looking for? How am I solving some kind of problem for them? And if that hasn't been the focus of your channel so far, or if you haven't started your channel yet and you haven't been thinking that way, now's the time to start thinking search engine questions. What are my solutions? Because that is the way for you to make the biggest impact with your channel. So you want to answer the question, what is your number one goal with your YouTube channel? Why are you even having a YouTube channel? So I'm going to pop over to us for a second. And I'm going to say, hello, Rita. Welcome. Great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Rita. We saw you on Facebook looking unbelievably fabulous in your Navy uniform.
Navy uniform.
That was Navy uniform. You're an amazing person, Rita. So thank you for your service. When you talk about setting goals for your YouTube channel, the number one thing is why. Why are you having a YouTube channel? Why? So what is the number one reason?
Why?
What is your goal? Why? And I am going to show you what that means using Zazumi as an example. So what's the number one goal with Zazumi? The number one goal is to educate and make money educating. So it's educational, but what does that tell you? It doesn't really tell you very much. Yeah, maybe my number one goal for the channel is to educate, but who am I educating? Why am I educating them? What am I going to be focusing on? Why are they going to be wanting to show up? Which questions am I answering? All of these things are what my number one goal should be about. So I want to be educational, but who is my intended audience for the education? Why am I even doing that? What is the purpose of it? So these are all the types of questions that you need to ask yourself to revamp your channel to make it work. What's your number one goal if you're a channel like Will It Blend? If you don't know this channel, Will It Blend, I love this channel because it's all about one product, Blend Tech. Okay, it's a product created by Blend Tech, and it's this amazing blender. It's this incredible blender. And they were so clever about, I'm just going to go to Sal and me again. They were so clever about the way that they created videos for this channel. At this point, they've got something like 860,000 subscribers on their channel.
Yeah.
And they're barely posting. Their last video was a year ago, and it was about the Mandalorian, which is really hilarious. Yeah, I know. So they're not even current, and they have 860,000 subscribers. But what is the purpose of their videos? Their videos have a very, very specific purpose, and I am going to show you what that is. Edutainment. And what I mean by that is they educate you about their product, but at the same time they entertain you tremendously with their videos. And the way they do this is, I'm going to go back to us.
Okay.
The way they do this is by creating videos where a guy gets into a lab coat, stands at a table with the blender.
What do they blend? They blend the strangest things in a blender, or try to.
Yeah.
And most of the time,
it blends.
It works.
And the question is, will it blend? So for example, will tennis balls blend? Will golf balls blend? Will a cell phone blend? You know, can the blender make it into a blended nothing, right? From whatever the object is. And so they're hugely entertaining because you never know what's going to happen. Will it blend? I don't know. Let's watch. And this is how you entertain as well as educate people about your product at the exact same time, because if a blender can blend something that is insane, like metal or, you know, anything like that, then you're going to think to yourself, wow, okay, for sure, it works. This is a product that I want to own. So they used edutainment to make money. So that was their goal. I am going to use Sal's channel, Green Screen Comedy, as my next one. And it is going to be the example for the rest of the time because I think it's a great channel to think about how can you revamp something, make it so much better, and why for 2022 if you want to be on YouTube. So what is the goal of Green Screen Comedy? Well, according to Sal, it's to entertain and to make money. Okay, so as a business person, you always want to make money. The bottom line is you just want to make money with whatever you're doing because that's what business is all about, right?
That's
so
just
yeah.
one of the woo-woos.
So you want to answer the question, well, how are you going to do that with comedy? So if we use Sal's channel, Green Screen Comedy, as the example, and here we can see that he joined YouTube in September 18th of 2020. At this point, it's been a little over a year, right? You've had the channel for almost a year and 2 months. We're almost at a year and 2 months.
Right.
And he's got 9,518 views, 50 subscribers, and he's posted 33 videos. Now, let's think about the fact that there are 365 days in a year. It's been 365 days plus 2 additional months. So we're talking about another 60 days, right?
Right.
So
Right.
if I go over to us and I say to you, honey, what do you think about that? I mean,
Well, what I think about it is...
what happened?
What? Yeah.
Why do you only have 50
why?
subscribers in a year? You're funny.
Why?
Why do you only have almost 10,000 views?
Why are there only 9,518 views?
Right? And I mean, shouldn't you have had more videos out there? How come there's only 33 videos?
I should have more views. I should have way more subscribers.
So what happened?
Well, no, it's what didn't happen.
What didn't happen?
What didn't happen is I did not make a schedule.
Okay.
I did not stick to it.
Okay.
I did not promote my channel.
Okay.
I did not. This is like, I did not promote my channel. I did not do any kind of ads or any kind of advertising at all. I didn't follow the social media protocol. I basically didn't do everything I'm supposed to do.
Okay. So to revamp your channel, what do you think you should be doing?
All of what I just said.
Okay, but what do you think you should be doing really? If you started
Well,
tomorrow.
I think the first thing is I have to make a schedule.
Okay, you would make a schedule.
You have to make a schedule and stick to it, but I have to make a schedule for making videos, for editing, promoting, and socializing them, if that's the word for it.
Your videos?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to the slides and take, before we do that, Rob said I'm a Vitamix guy. Blendtec is funny though,
have
Rob.
a Vitamix?
If you haven't seen it, you have a Vitamix, Rob? That's cool. Those are great. Okay, so if you haven't seen Blendtec, it is a fantastic channel. Go look at it. I think it's really under Will It Blend is the name of the channel. I don't think it's under Blendtec at all.
Right.
So it's fun to go and look at that. It'll give you great ideas on how to do something that's not only educational, but a ton of fun to watch. So it's edutainment. And if that's what you're into, it's a perfect channel to get a good idea about what it would be. And Rob said, if only there was someone who could have told Sal what to do. or
if only Sal had listened to that person when she did.
If only the YouTube educator, the Google certified YouTube coach who lives with him on a 24-hour basis. Yeah, I know. Right? Okay. Let's keep going. Thanks, you, Rob. So what's your number one goal? And I did ask this of Sal, and he said, my favorite thing in life is to make people laugh. Okay, so his number one goal is to make people laugh. Why? Because these are the questions that you want to ask yourself. What's your number one goal? What do you love? What do you want to do? Why are you even having a channel? So you can make a statement like Sal did, which is, I love to make people laugh. I mean, that is the thing that makes me the happiest in life. Okay, great. How are you going to turn that into a YouTube channel that makes money? Why is it so important to you to do X, Y, and Z? And in Sal's case, it's to make people laugh. So he said, well, to make people feel good. All right, well, that's fantastic. To make a heart-healthy impact. Well, that's awesome because both Sal and I know that one of the things that we did when my dad wasn't feeling great was we went out of our way to try to make him laugh. And that always made him feel better. So that is a fantastic thing, a heart-healthy impact. Make a positive impact. So in other words, to spend the time that you have doing something that makes a positive impact on the world. That's basically what Sal said. So not just to do things that help a few people, but to make a much bigger positive impact as opposed to so many things that are negative that we know are happening in the world today. What is the goal? The goal is to make a living having fun, making people feel good. Okay, so that's changed a little bit. So now it's a little bit tighter, a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to understand.
So I could actually go into massage also.
No, because you can't make a huge impact on the world doing massage for one person at a time. Okay. So oh, wait a minute. I'm going back to us.
What?
Keith said, Sal, you're breaking my heart.
I know. Did you see what I said?
No. Keith, as long as you're not Al Pacino. You guys.
You broke
guys are
my
funny.
heart.
You're funny, you guys. What is the current content strategy for Sal? His current strategy is character skits, parody news, parody infomercials, parody music videos, stand-up, and impressions. Okay.
Stop looking at me that way.
Well, I just have to say, one of the things that I
knew this was going to happen.
I know that,
I knew this was
that it's important for anyone going into YouTube to focus on who is a newbie. Who is a newbie? Is to realize that the most important thing you can do is narrow your focus to one thing that a lot of people will be interested in. Not multiple things that millions of people will be interested in, because then YouTube doesn't know how to not only categorize your YouTube channel, but YouTube doesn't know who to send to your YouTube channel. If your content is too varied, even if it's within the comedy niche, even if it's in entertainment, okay, entertainment, huge. Comedy narrows it down. What kind of comedy? Music videos. Oh, well, parody music videos, that's a whole subset, isn't it? Yes, parody news. Well, that's a whole subset as well, isn't it? Okay. Character skits. That is a whole entire subset. Impressions. You could just do impressions, and that's all you do, and that is an entire subset.
So are you telling me that I should specify my channel and then...
I know you guys can't see this, but Sal is he sitting there turning his wedding band when he's nervous?
Yes. Can't tell my personal secrets to people. I am not. So you're telling me to specify. Where did I get that from? To focus my channel on one idea and then branch off from there.
But do you see why?
One genre.
But do you see why?
Yes.
Do you agree?
I do agree. And we had talked about it. So
okay. So let's say, for example, you were going to go to a channel of a comedian.
Right.
Do you know what kind of comedy they do?
Usually, yes.
Okay. So is that the reason why you like them?
Yeah, they have a certain style, I think is a good way of putting it, and they have a certain act and a certain shtick.
Okay.
Shtick is a good word for comedians.
So if we were going to go to, let's say, Chicago, and we were going to look for comedy,
right,
and we were going to go to a comedy club, if we were going to go to Second City,
right,
what kind of comedy are we going to be getting there?
Improv. Right.
Okay, that is a whole specific type of comedy.
Exactly.
But are we talking about improv from one person?
No, you're talking about a group.
Okay, so Second City is a group of people who do improv comedy together.
And they do skits.
And they do skits. And they're hilarious.
Yes.
So we know if we go to Second City, we are specifically going to see not a single person doing stand-up.
Right.
We're going to see a group. And we're not going to see them doing something they've memorized or something that they do all the time. We're going to always see something new.
Right.
Okay. That is a specific type of comedy that works.
Right.
But if we went to Second City and they did improv and then they did stand-up and then they did impressions and then they did, music parodies and they did all this kind of stuff, that's a variety show.
Right.
Okay, that's a variety show. So that is a completely different type.
That would be a variety show with a host. I mean, if you're talking about something like that.
Yeah, a variety show with a host.
Right.
So you want to be so specific about what it is that you are asking people to show up for so that they understand why they want to subscribe to your channel, why they want to watch your videos, why they want to even show up. And YouTube needs to understand this as well, so that they can send you viewers. Because YouTube follows everybody around the internet on YouTube, understands who they are by what they watch, what they click on, what they type into the search bar. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now YouTube knows, oh, that's the right person to send to Sal's Green Screen Comedy channel, because they are going to want to watch what?
Green screen comedy, what?
Yeah, but green screen comedy but what do you mean by green screen comedy? So green screen comedy is like Second City.
Right.
What does that mean? I don't know. I mean, it could mean a lot of things, right? But we know that Second City, the comedy club in Chicago, is specifically a group of people who do improv comedy.
Right.
Okay. So what is green screen comedy? What happens when we get to your channel? And this is what I'm trying to ask all of you watching this. What are we going to find when we get to your channel? Are we going to find all of this and then sort of not really know what your channel's all about? It's a comedy. We know it's comedy. And yet we're never going to know. Are you going to do skits, or are you going to do the news, or are you going to do infomercials, or is it going to be music, or are you just going to do stand-up, or is it going to be impressions?
It's not like a tune into your show every day. It's not like that kind of a thing. It's like a... You're right. You're right. It's It's unspecific. It is unspecific. And
I don't
know. You know, as a good example that started the channel and just took off, Epic Battles of History.
Epic Rap Battles of History.
Epic Rap Battles of History. Now,
Okay,
that channel just started out doing
that channel's
literally
awesome.
what it says. Epic Rap Battles of History.
Rap Battles
So it was like,
history.
you know, Barack Obama against Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
And they had rap battles.
And they have a rap battle.
They have a rap battle.
Right. And
then it went
it's
on from there,
hilarious.
and it just snowballed, and it snowballed.
And if you don't know that channel, again, I highly recommend that you go look at it as an excellent example.
And it was all done on green screen, but nothing, you know, over the top, crazy, you know, just green
But it's
screen.
music. It's a music video.
Videos.
It's a parody.
It's a parody of, exactly.
It's comedy. But it's an epic, number one, rap. So we know it's going to be rap. Battle. So we know that there's going to be two people duking it out verbally.
It's very specific, but you never know who's going to be duking it out. So you're going to see that.
Yes, but you know it's going to be about history. So literally the title of the channel explains exactly what it is.
Right.
Okay. So if green screen comedy explains that everything you see is going to be comedy in front of a green screen, okay, I get that.
Right.
And that's awesome, because now I totally get that it's going to be comedy in front of a green screen. What kind of comedy? What am I showing up for? How do I, like, if I love your music parody videos,
And well, you should.
but I only get to see them maybe once a month, why am I going to show up?
Because you're talking about people that specifically like a piece. It's, you know what it would be like? And here's a good example. Say you're watching a sitcom and it's got 6 characters. Say you're watching Friends. Everybody picks their favorite. Everybody has a favorite character, like Chandler, Monica, Joey.
Right.
Oh, so everybody's got their favorite character. If it was just one character at a time doing the show, that's sort of what you're talking about. I mean, in general, it's not exactly what you're talking about, but I thought about it that way, and that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So that's an ensemble cast and it's comedy. And we know what we're going to show up for.
Right.
We know that we're going to interact with all 6 of those people visually, and we're going to listen to the funny things that they say, and we expect all 6 of them.
Yeah.
But if the show was just about Ross and Rachel, if it was the Ross and Rachel show, that would be completely different.
Right.
And we would know that they're the main characters, not an ensemble of 6 people. We would know that the story would be solely about their relationship and ancillary things that happen to them. But it's not the Ross and Rachel show, it's Friends.
Right.
It's Friends.
And it is different kinds of comedy in one show, but they're all together.
Yeah.
So they're all at the same time. Right.
So Keith is saying niche down. And that's exactly what I'm saying, is niche down. So Keith said, what about SEO to get your content in front of your audience? Unbelievably important, Keith. Unbelievably important. And this is all a part of figuring out, before you can really revamp your channel, what are your goals? And then how do you figure out how to narrow down your content so that you can create excellent SEO, search engine optimization. And for YouTube's case, search engine optimization is when someone's typing into the search box parody music videos, we want green screen comedy to come up for that, if that's what the content is about, right?
Okay, right.
But if people type music parody videos in, or parody music videos in, and green screen comedy comes up, and there's 2 videos out of 33 that are music parodies, it's kind of a bummer. Okay, so I'm not saying this to say that I don't love that content. I do. I'm saying this because you need to start here and then expand out as you grow your channel.
Right. You'll
You
have
need to
more
start
freedom
here.
once you get
Yes.
a lot of subscribers and a lot of views.
Yes, but people don't know what they're subscribing to if there's too much variety.
Right.
So, and you're not doing a variety comedy channel.
Right.
Okay. So let's keep going. So if it's character skits, parody news, parody infomercials, parody music videos, stand-up, and impressions, now we've already understood this needs to be niched down. What about video formats? Because that's another thing. What are people showing up for? Are they showing up for long-form content, which is horizontal videos that are at least, well, for YouTube, it's at least 36 seconds long, but that's not long enough to really engage people in your comedy. So are we talking about 50 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes? What are we talking about? So
more people are showing up for shorts.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So on your channel, people are showing up for shorts. You've got one that's over 3,000 views at this point.
3,000 views.
Yeah, 3,000 views at this point.
Like that.
But right now you are making long form content.
Right.
That is 1 to 3 minutes, and you're making 30 to 60 second shorts.
Right.
Okay. But the majority are shorts.
Right.
So how do we revamp, and how do you revamp your channel based on you pulling apart, I went over to us, pulling apart your own content? Okay. You want to do what Sal and I are doing right now with Green Screen Comedy. You want to, what is your content about? What are people actually watching? Are they watching the long form content? Are they watching the short form content? Which one are they watching more? What is resonating the most with your audience? And also, what's resonating the most with you? So when you're making videos, if you have all these different topics, categories, content options within your green screen, what are you making more of that you enjoy doing?
You know, and that's a good point. I think the whole point of this is that one of the reasons I'm not consistent at all is because I don't know what I'm going to do next. My ideas are like all over the place, and I think a lot of people are like that. I think a lot of you guys are like that, where you think of these ideas and, oh, they're really good ideas. You write them down, you put them on your phone, which I did. I have a book. No, I have like 10 books of ideas written down. I have on my notes on my phone, I have like 100 notes on my phone about ideas to do green screen.
Yeah,
why don't I have a book full of videos and 100 more videos up on, because my brain's all over the place and it gets confused.
And why? But why is that?
Because I'm not focusing. I don't have a specific plan. I don't have a specific plan.
Plan.
Right.
A plan.
A plan. And I think, if I said I'm going to, and we talked about this, so it's not like off the cuff, but if I did a news show every day, it's a parody news show, but it's a news show every day, and I used Green Screen Comedy for a news show, and then in that, I did infomercials, I did skits on the news show, with other people. It sounds familiar, right? Well, yeah, but it works. So, but it would be me, and it would be my kind of comedy, and I think that's what I should start with focusing on.
We do know that parody news, we know parody news works.
Yes.
We know because Jon Stewart did parody news.
Parody news. I mean, God, Saturday Night Live did parody news.
Saturday Night Live always did parody news.
Parody news is awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but you do it in your own style.
Yes.
You do it with your own
take on it, your own characters.
Right.
Right. So, plan. That's number one. So you figure out what your goals are, and then you need a plan. Okay, so then you need a plan, and you said it yourself, and you're right. You need a plan.
You have to focus.
Now, the next thing you need from your plan is, you narrow down your niche and figure out one thing that you're going to do from all of the different fabulous ideas you have, because they're all great. One thing, and then set a schedule.
Right.
Okay, so a goal, a plan, and you set a schedule. Any comments, any questions or comments about this, please put them in the chat or the comments below this video. If you put them in the chat right now, we can answer them, and we love that. So please do that. Okay, so 2022 strategy. Have a single focus. That's the first thing. The second thing is choose one type of whatever it is that you want to focus on, because you're probably just like Sal. You're probably you got all these things going on in your head. You love all of them. You want to do all of them. You've got a million ways that you could do stuff, and you just have to stop it. You have to stop it and focus and choose. And then as your channel grows, you can add in those fabulous other things that you want to do, but you got to choose one. Okay. So from all of these wonderful, wonderful things, Sal and I have talked about it, and he thinks parody news. And I think that's great. But you also want to think about, what can you do on a regular basis without getting sick of it? Without being like, oh my God, I don't want to do that today. Without feeling like, ugh, I don't even want to make that video, or I'd rather be doing something else. Then you chose unwisely, right? So you want to choose wisely. You want it to be something that you actually get excited about filming. You want to be excited. You can't wait to get in there.
You look forward to doing it every day. You're looking forward
to it every day.
You look forward to doing it every day.
Every day. And you know what?
And it's not. I wouldn't even say it's like treating it like a real business, because I was going to say treating it like a real business, because and especially on YouTube, it doesn't even have to feel like a business. It could feel like, when I do it and when I actually make videos, it's so much fun. I mean, I have so much fun. I don't understand why I'm not making more. I mean, I'm making the videos. Sometimes Sherry is doing the camera work. She's filming. And half the time it's outtakes, because she starts laughing, I start laughing, and we just have a really good time. And it's just a shame. That's another reason it's a shame that we're not making more.
I know, because I start laughing so hard.
So, yeah.
But I'm so glad that you brought that point up, honey, because there are two ways to approach a YouTube channel. And I think there's only two ways to approach a YouTube channel. One is, are you going to make the YouTube channel your business? Or are you going to make the YouTube channel a part of your business? Those are very different ways of approaching it. So if you are going to make it your business, and this is where you're going to focus all of your attention, you plan on earning all of your income based on what you do around your YouTube channel, that is a very different focus than if you are using it as a promotional and marketing tool. So what we are talking about is using it as a business.
Right.
Okay, we are not talking about using it as a marketing promotional tool, which is what we use Zazumi for. Okay, we are not making a business, that's it, our business is Zazumi. No, it is a marketing tool for us to help educate people in business, small business owners, about how to use YouTube to market and promote themselves. So that is really what it is. It's a tool. However, if you're using it as a business, that's very different. So you really want to think about, as part of your goal for your channel for 2022 when you're revamping it, is this going to be your business? Or is this going to be a marketing tool for your business? So we are going to keep going now with using it as a business. Okay. And Rob said, post those outtakes.
What did he say?
Rob said, post those outtakes of me cracking up. Yeah,
and
you're right.
Up. Yeah,
right. And Keith said, I agree with Rob.
That's such a really good idea. I don't know why. Yeah,
we have to do
about
that.
30 or 40 videos.
I know, because I start laughing so hard, and sometimes I just fall on the floor.
Well, you make it hard for me to actually do it.
Okay, so what is something that you can do on a regular basis that you really can do on a regular basis? So if you look at all the content that you have done, if you already have a channel, or if you don't have a channel yet, but you've already decided you're going to make a YouTube channel and you've listed everything that you want to do, now is the time to look at that list or look at everything that you've already done on your channel and say, what can I focus on that I'm going to love doing? But also, people are going to love watching. Also, there's a large enough audience for whatever I want to focus in on. And a large enough audience, what do I even mean by that? I mean an audience of, at the minimum, 10,000 people at the minimum, because you want at least 10% of them to subscribe to your channel, right? At least 10% of them. So at a minimum, you need 10,000 people, but really we're looking at like around 100,000. So you want to look at within a scope of where can you find your niche within a place where there's at least 100,000 people out of the billions of people who are in the world and the 2+ billion people that are on YouTube every single day. Okay, so out of all those people, you only need like 100,000 people. So you want to narrow your niche enough to know that there's at least 100,000 people who are looking at this kind of content already. So Keith said, I think that would add a lot to your comedy. Is that behind the scenes stuff? Or what do you mean, Keith?
Outtakes.
Outtakes. Okay, thank you for that. All right. What are many people watching? And that is the next thing that you have to do. You have to look at your list and you have to learn through research. You have to do research. What are people watching? You have to, in your industry, within your niche, you have to go and look on your category on YouTube and find out who's your competition. What are people actually watching? How many subscribers do they have? How many views do their videos get? Because what does YouTube care about? Not subscribers. Not subscribers. What does YouTube care about?
Views.
Watch time.
Watch time.
Watch time.
That's what I said.
Are
Watch time.
people watching? Are they watching? Why? Why does YouTube care about this? I'm going to us. I mean, this is the thing that you have to understand the most if you want YouTube to send you traffic. YouTube cares about watch time. That's it. Why? How do they make their money?
Ads.
Right.
Ads.
So
the more you watch, the more ads you see, the more money they make.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. So if you have great watch time on your videos, YouTube knows to send advertisers onto your channel, onto your videos. YouTube will make money. YouTube is happy. YouTube is going to send you more people. So
this
simple.
is a non sequitur, and it's from last week, so I'm just going to throw it in.
Okay.
I have been watching a bunch of YouTube videos in the past couple of days. There are so many more bumper ads.
Oh, bumper ads. That's what we talked about last week.
So many more bumper ads. Those are the ones you can't turn off, the ones you can't skip.
Non-skippable.
Now, and I'm sure you see this too, the bumper ads are like 3 in a row. So you have to wait 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
No, bumper ads are 6 seconds.
That's what I said. 6 seconds, 6 seconds,
Okay.
6 seconds. They seem like 10 seconds. And you're like, oh, and some of them I got to cover the camera so I don't have to look at it.
Right.
But
Yeah,
anyway.
a lot of bumper ads. That
There
is
are
a
lot of
non
bumper
sequitur.
ads now.
All right, let's stay focused on what we're talking about, which is how to revamp your channel for 2022, starting with your goals for your channel, moving along to how can you plan a schedule for your channel based on the content that you know you are going to get views for. Number one, you want to focus on something that you love that you're going to show up for every day that's going to make you happy. Number two, it's got to be something that at least 100,000 people are willing to watch on a regular basis. Number three, you got to research it. Okay, you got to research it. So go and look at other channels. Which channels are successful and why? What are they doing? If your content was all of this, okay, are they doing character skits? Are they doing parody news? Are they just doing stand-up? Are they doing impressions? What are they doing that people are resonating with? What are the comments under their videos? What are the things that people are saying that are watching? These are all the things that will help you to determine where you should focus and why. Because remember, you need to make sure that you're picking something that you can focus on. One thing. Just like
Right.
Billy Crystal said in City
Yeah.
Slickers. Well, it wasn't Billy Crystal that said it first, right?
No, it was Curly.
It was Curly. The meaning of life is one thing.
Right.
And Billy Crystal said, what's that? And he said, it's for you to find out. So what I mean by that is everyone has their own single focus. It is the meaning of life for their channel. What is the goal for your channel? It should be one thing. Okay, and that one thing is going to be different for each one of you. But for each one of you, your one thing is the right thing if you do your research, if you know there's an audience for it, if you can't wait to wake up every day and do it. So for Sal, he originally was going to be doing parody news.
That's all I was going to be doing.
That's all you were going to do?
Yeah.
What happened?
No one knows.
See, and this is what happens with YouTube channels. Because when you don't have a set schedule and you haven't predetermined at least 25 to 50 videos, then it's totally random.
But that's exactly what happened. I went all over
random.
the place. I was trying different things to see if I liked other things. And then I just kept experimenting and trying different things with green screen and making different videos. But I lost focus.
You lost focus, but that's not a bad thing.
It wasn't a bad thing.
When you don't know what to do with your channel. That's not a bad thing to do.
No.
But what happened? Not much, right?
No, not much.
Not much.
First of all, I didn't make enough videos.
You didn't make enough videos. You weren't consistent. You weren't posting, on a regular basis. But it was also too varied.
Right.
For people to even understand what it was they were subscribing to. So, yay, the people that subscribed and stuck with it. You guys are awesome, right? You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
So, yeah, and thank you so much because, wow. I mean, so people showed up for comedy, 50 people anyway, in spite of it being all over the place. If you do the steps that I'm talking about here to revamp your channel for 2022 or start a channel for 2022, you can skip all that.
Right.
You can skip it.
Right.
By focusing now, you've got enough time now. You've got the rest of this month. You have all of next month before January 1st to really focus down, figure out your goal, figure out a plan.
Make a plan, make a schedule.
Figure out your niche. Figure out, I would say, minimum 25 video topics and titles for your videos, because now you know what your goal is, what your niche is, what your content's going to be about, what your narrow single focus is going to be, and now you can just say, okay, that's what I'm doing.
Right.
Doesn't that take all the stress away?
It takes all the pressure off of it.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to be doing. It's
so stress-free. It's like, okay, so now all I have to do is figure out what those 25, my first initial 25 titles are going to be.
Right.
Okay? That is not hard when you decide what your focus is.
No.
Couldn't you right now come up with 25 different things?
Absolutely. I mean, you can plan it out. It's like writing a movie. It's like writing 25 scenes in a movie if you wrote them all out in a row.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about that is, now that you know you're going to super niche down on parody news, here's the thing about the news that you can now play with because it's the news. So you can go on a horizontal plane with the news. You can do nightly news. You can do weekend updates. You can do just the weekend news. You could just do sports. You could just do entertainment. The news is all kinds of stuff, right?
I could even have a female news anchor.
You're looking at me or my mom? Mom is back there. So, so many things that you can do with narrowing down to parody news. And you literally could niche down in parody news to one type of news. Now, we know of a channel that I recently discovered that focuses on fintech, which is financial and tech news. And it's a parody news channel. And should I just throw out there when they started and how many subscribers they have?
Okay.
So they started their channel in 2017.
This is interesting.
Started their channel in 2017, but they either unlisted those videos or I don't really know what they did, but I looked at the videos and I went from oldest to newest, and the oldest video is a year ago. So between 2017 and now, 2017 and 2020, a year ago,
Right.
they either posted all kinds of stuff that didn't do well and they just unlisted it or took it off or private listed it or whatever. But now there is only content for a year. And it's all fintech, financial technology, parody news. The majority of them are between 5 and 8 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And I watch them. Okay, I watch them. But anyway, 250,000 subscribers.
But up until 2020, they only had how many subscribers?
Oh, right.
That's the punchline.
No, up until 2000. Okay, and here's the punchline. So they started the channel, they started adding content to the channel in 2020.
Right.
Okay, so from when they started adding content to the channel and literally showing the videos or whatever, but showing those videos, from then until like February 1st, they got 100 subscribers. 100.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, 100 subscribers.
Right.
From February on,
That's what it is.
250,000 total.
Yeah.
This
Just
is
like that.
amazing. This is amazing. This is by focusing, and putting content up on a regular basis. Now they post every single day.
Right.
Every single day.
Right. And they have a single focus.
And they have one focus: financial technology
So that
news.
really, I'm
parody
glad you
news.
said that because that really solidifies what everything we just said.
Right.
Yeah, and it's hard for me to break away from just doing, random. I got an idea, I'll just do a random video. It's really hard. It's really hard
It
for
is
me
hard.
to just focus and
is
just
hard.
do one thing, but it's not hard. It's not hard.
If-
It does take the pressure off. It's just
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah.
I'm going to just do one thing.
Okay. So let's keep going.
Okay.
All right, parody news. So now, if we are revamping the channel, we need to say, we know the shorts are doing well, so there should be more shorts.
Right.
We know that the channel that did really well with parody news posts every day. So at a minimum, there should be a short Monday through Friday.
Right.
Okay, at a minimum. Plus, there should be one long video every week. Now,
Okay.
that could be maybe the weekend update or whatever, but there should always be at least one 5 to 8 minute video every week. So now we're talking about shorts and long form, but Monday through Friday plus another one, which might be, an extra Friday or it might be Saturday. I don't know. You haven't figured that out yet, but focusing. So what are the goals? Well, first, it's what is the posting goal? So set a schedule. So set a schedule for how many videos? Well, there's 365 days in a year, right? So if it's 5 days a week, and we know how many weeks there are in a year, there's 52. So it should be 52, right? Times 5.
Right.
Plus we should add in that extra long form video. So
Right.
now we're adding in another 52.
Right.
So 312.
Right.
So a minimum of 312 videos. So that's the goal video wise for 2022. And Rob said, can a short be an excerpt from a longer video? Yes, it can. Now, with that being said, it can be an excerpt from a longer video, and that is a fantastic way to repurpose your content. And if you go back and look at videos that I've done before on repurposing content, yes, I say please use your long form videos, turn them into shorts, and get those shorts out there because YouTube has a shorts fund and is paying creators, all creators, who are getting at least 10,000 views on their shorts and more. Okay, so that's number one. Yes, you can repurpose your content, but when you're just starting out, do you actually want to start repurposing content already? Or, and I'm going to go to us, or do you think it should be all original shorts and then as your channel grows, you can just start repurposing your content? What do you think?
I think you should make all original shorts.
To start out with.
To start out with.
Why?
Well, if you're doing long form videos and you want to make shorts from the long form videos, I've done that, and I've gotten views on the shorts.
Enough? Like, is it worth it?
No, I haven't made enough views on any of my videos to say that I've made enough views on anything.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Keith said,
Yeah.
go Sal, 312 videos. Well, Keith, so this is a numbers game, right? This is all a numbers game. And really about YouTube, it is a numbers game. How many people are watching? What is your watch time? Analytics are huge. Data is huge. So this really is a numbers game. So you want to set your goals based on numbers, because numbers are something that you can track. And the reason why that is so important is because they are measurable goals. You actually can say to yourself, did I do this? Have I accomplished what I set out to do?
Have I made this many videos in 1 week for 52
Yes.
weeks?
So I have to make 5 shorts and a long form video every week. Have I done it? It is a measurable goal.
It's a life decision. It's like one of your life decisions, because it's like anything else. If I want to lose a certain amount of weight and I want to lose, I say I want to lose 5 pounds a week.
That's a measurable goal.
It's a measurable goal, and in a year I want to be,
Well, you don't want to lose 5 pounds.
I'd be 12 pounds.
But you would be dead.
I'd be. What was that movie where he went backwards and he was a baby again? I don't know.
Benjamin
Whatever,
Button.
anyway. Yeah, Benjamin Button. I don't want to
but
be
you would be
Benjamin
like
Button.
skinny little
Anyway,
nothing.
You get my point.
But-
Goals are goals.
Yeah,
You got to
but-
stick to them.
Keith, so what you said, 312 videos, it's a fantastic goal because it's a measurable goal. You can actually say to yourself, okay, so that sounds like a huge number, but if I break it down into a week, it's 6 videos. And it's not even 6 videos. It's 5 shorts. What is a short? All it has to be is 15 seconds to be a short.
Right, but I mean, but generally
15
speaking, it's more like,
seconds.
you make it like 30, 35, 40,
But even
45.
so,
But the point is,
even so-
how long does it take to make a 45-second video?
Yeah.
I don't know, Grand's Tomb.
Okay, well, how
But the
many
point
hours are in a day? 24 hours. Out of
But-
that, you can't find 30
To make-
seconds,
yeah.
15 seconds, 45 seconds. So this is all measurable,
Everything
realistic
is
stuff.
measurable
It's
goals.
realistic. It's
Right.
it's doable.
Exactly.
And we're not just throwing numbers out there for you to be like, whoa, that's some giant number. No, this is a doable, realistic
So when you
number.
say make a 40-second video, you make the
Yeah.
40-second video, you have to edit it,
Right.
and it depends how much editing you want to do. So if you plan the video
Right.
out so it has minimal editing,
Right.
and you're just adding stuff in, like, music and
Mm-hmm.
maybe some, transitions and whatever, it shouldn't take that long. You should easily be able to do 3 videos a day, no big deal, if you're doing shorts.
Yeah. And so for shorts, what do I recommend? I recommend batch content, always. The fastest way to get videos done, to get editing done, and to get a bunch of stuff up on your YouTube channel pre-scheduled is to batch content. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you already know you're going to be doing these 30 videos because you've already decided that you're going to do these 30 videos, so five a week, right? 4 weeks, 5 times 4, that's 20 videos. So you're going to be doing those 20 videos, plus you're going to do those extra 5 long form videos. So there you go. So you're going to be doing those videos. Pick a day, one day, that you can say, okay, I'm going to make all the videos for this week. You make all the videos, you film them. You're already in, you're already in your clothes. You already have your hair and your makeup
Right.
and whatever it is.
And
set.
you can make changes. You can make little changes to what you're wearing or what you look like. Here's a fact.
On set.
What?
On set.
On set.
On set.
Well, yeah, because you start the camera, you stop the camera. But
Yeah.
here's a little fact that I don't know how many people know, but I didn't know it, and Sherry told me about this. So we watch Jeopardy every day, the TV show Jeopardy.
Love Jeopardy.
Alex Trebek. Oh, Alex Trebek.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I did not know, and Sherry found this out. They film 5 shows a day. So when you see somebody win 5 times in a row, it's one day if it's the same guy.
Which is
so
amazing.
if he's wearing a sweater, then he's wearing a jacket, then he's got all of a sudden, if he won 5 times and he's got $100,000, all of a sudden he's got a suit on. And I'm like, oh, he went out and bought a suit. But it's the same day. It's 5 shows in one day.
In one day. Right.
So think about that. If all what it takes to make a Jeopardy show, and
Yeah.
they do 5 shows in one day.
one day.
And yeah, they have a lot of money and they have a lot of people
Yeah.
working, but they do it in one day.
But, okay, and let me just take that a little bit further and say that when Alex Trebek was alive, he would show up at 5-ish in the morning, and he'd work till like 7 o'clock that night for 3 days.
Right.
He worked for 3 days a
Right.
week.
And you got
Okay.
4 days off.
3 days a week, and he got 4 days off a week.
Right.
So for 3 days a week, I don't know what his salary was, but it was millions of dollars. Okay, he worked 3 days a week. They were very long hours. It was hard.
Right.
Can't you do that? I mean, can't you do that? I'm so glad you brought that up because it's a fantastic
but even if you
example.
dialed it down, to the fact that you did everything you wanted to do for the month, and you did it on a consistent basis, and you made a schedule for it, you could make yourself have as much free time as you want for you.
Exactly. So Keith is saying, I'm hearing I can make 6 videos a week. Yes. What if you made one-take videos? You can absolutely make one-take videos with a script. Absolutely make one-take videos with a script. If you script everything out and you pre-make all your slides, if you're using slides or whatever it is that you're using for your visuals, so you don't want it to just be talking. Okay, you always want it to be more than just talking because that gets boring. So if you script everything out, you can do that in one take. You definitely can.
Oh, absolutely.
And the best way to do that
Can I just say I've seen you do many videos in one take.
Yeah.
You know, you set up the iPad in front of you, set up the camera in front of you, whatever you're using, and you have it all set up, and you have Big View.
Big View.
So
I use Big View.
which has the script
BIGVU.
coming down the screen
That's
on
my
an iPad.
yeah.
And Sherry, after a while, at first it was a little hard to do because you had to get the speed right and
Right.
get used to it.
Right.
But now she's like almost flawless, and she can do a one-take video many times in a row. And
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
seen you do it a lot.
But and it does take practice, Keith, but anyone who is making videos knows that your last video was your best video and everything before that you're going to hate probably. So you get better
Right.
as you make more videos, and the more videos you make, the better you get, the easier it gets, the more you understand filming and video. Scripting gets faster, everything gets faster, the editing gets faster. It's just a smart way to do it.
It's getting into the routine.
Routine.
And getting it for it to be, this is what I do.
Right. And routine is so important because when you create a routine for something, you become consistent. And consistency is everything on YouTube, everything. If you are consistently showing up on a regular basis for your viewers, they will show up for you if they like your content.
Right.
So if you're random, or if you just stop posting, or if something happens, whatever it is, why would they show up? How do they know when to show up? What are they showing up for?
You're simply saying the more consistent you are, the more consistent your viewers will be in watching you.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so subscriber goals. This is the next thing. And subscriber goals for me, not as important because basically those are what I call business and or vanity metrics. So for business, it's important to have a lot of subscribers because it validates you as a business person, even though it doesn't. But it does because people look at your channel and they're like, ooh, that person's got 50,000 subscribers. They must really know what they're talking about. When a person who has 475 subscribers also can really know what they're talking about, just having a much harder time getting the viewers. Why? Because she's not narrowing her niche enough.
Who is she anyway? Who is she?
Okay, so subscriber goals. Now, if Sal narrows down to parody news, which is a single focused niche within the huge category of comedy, within the huger category of entertainment, and he focuses down on parody news, is 10,000 subscribers a realistic goal for a year?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's not even,
It's not even 1,000 subscribers a month.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
It's not even 500 a week. It's
Right.
not even 250 in a couple weeks. Right.
Right.
So this is what I want you to do. I want you to think in terms of math and think, is this realistic for me? So Sal also set a financial goal of $10,000 a month, which is $120,000 a year. And is that a realistic goal? It is realistic if he breaks it down into how he's going to make that money.
Right.
And for a comedy channel, this is what I want you to do for your own business channel, whatever kind of channel it is. I want you to think about, how do you make money in your channel? This is one of your goals. So if your goal is to make money with your channel, how are you going to do that? Just to say randomly, I want to make this amount of money. Okay, that's nice. It's a metric, but what is it based on? What is that metric based on? So then you have to say how you can make the money. So if you're not a YouTube partner, which means you have to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, which at 50 subscribers, you're not even close yet. So you know you're not a YouTube partner yet. Okay, so I saw that. So, all right, how do you make money with comedy? Number one, you can sell products. You can sell merchandise. What kind of merchandise can you sell?
Novelty, mostly.
Like t-shirts.
Fun stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
Like t-shirts, like a
Right.
mug, like a hat.
It's
something
promotional
like that.
novelty, yeah.
And with a funny saying or something, you know, whatever, maybe your logo, maybe whatever funny things that you say. Okay, that's number one. And you can do that on Teespring. Now it's just called Spring, which is where you just set up an account with them. You just upload whatever it is that you are selling. You set up your own little store on there, and then you just link your store to your videos. That's it. How do you do that? You put the link in the description below the video, and it becomes literally a hot link. You put the exact URL. So that's number one. You can have a store. Number two, how else can you make money doing comedy? How else?
How else?
You can have a course on comedy. You can have a membership where you just do private, funny things for your members. So you can have merchandise, you can have a course, you can have a membership. You can also do licensing. What's that? Well,
Licensing your characters.
is what Disney does with all their characters, right?
Right.
So now if you license out, if you have a unique character, you have something unique to your business that's unique for you, you can get a trademark for that, right? You copyright content, but you need to trademark.
Right.
So you want to trademark your own characters, you trademark your own slogans or whatever it is that's unique to you, and now you can license that to a different company and make royalties. So there are a bunch of ways. You could do affiliate marketing. You could do joint ventures. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, but you need to know, what are you actually going to do? Are you going to sell a course? You're going to sell a membership? What are you selling to make?
It's all part of the planning process.
You got to make the plan.
You got to make the plan.
And then you got to break that down. If it's $10,000 a month, where's the money coming from, and how does it break down,
Right.
and which part of that $10,000 is
How can you
merchandise?
do it realistically?
and it's gotta
You
be real.
Super realistic.
It's got to be real. So it's not that it isn't a realistic goal. It's a realistic goal. It's just what makes it real. To recap, all we talked about today were goals and strategies to revamp your channel for 2022. Now, next time, we're going to talk about audience and market, which is very exciting. But there are 5 things that you must do if you are going to revamp your channel or create a new channel that you want to be super successful in 2022. Number 1, your goals and strategy. Number 2, your audience and market. Number 3, the topics and your posting schedule. Number 4, communities. Number 5, YouTube Studio and analytics. So, now that we know all of that, next time, because we might do this sooner than next Tuesday, because it's pretty exciting. This whole strategy thing, I don't think I want you to wait like 5 weeks to get this all done, right? I think we need to do this sooner. So this is not going to be next Tuesday. It's going to be next time. We're going to be talking about your audience and the market. And I will be sending that out through the YouTube Bootcamp meetup and the YouTube Mastermind Club meetup, the YouTube Mastermind meetup and our newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, the description, it's in the link in the description below this video to subscribe to our newsletter. If you want to be a part of our meetup, it is YouTube Bootcamp or YouTube Mastermind. You can join either one of those and you will get notifications about when the next video is coming out. And subscribe to our channel. That's the best way to find out when the next video is going to be, is to subscribe, because then you're going to get notified right away of what is going to happen. And of course, you know I love those likes. So if you didn't like this video, please like it now. Leave a comment. We would love to know your thoughts about your goals for your channel. If you have any questions about goals and strategy, please post them so that we can answer them. And of course, subscribe, and thank you so very much for doing any of those things. Finally, what is the most important thing on YouTube? Get started. You got to just get started. You can't just keep thinking about it, right? You've got to actually do it. And to do it, you must believe that you can. I believe you can. I believe that you can. I am giving you every strategy you need. I am telling you how to create your goals. I am showing you, proving to you by other channels that it works. And it does, it works. Okay, so these are proven strategies for you to create your own YouTube channel by niching down with a single focus, right? And being just you and doing you phenomenally well. Being excited about getting up every day, being excited about making your videos and doing it. So Keith said, very good time, very good content. Thank you, Keith, so much. I do appreciate that. Both sound, I appreciate that. And as the last question, is it possible for one person to run 2 channels? Yes. Many people have more than one channel. Is it possible to do it? Yes. Is it possible to do it really well? That's hard, okay? It's hard to do 2 channels really well if you're one person and you're creating all your content and you're filming yourself and you're doing the editing, etc., etc. Can you do it if you have help? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you are doing it yourself, harder. Much harder. So keep that in mind. Okay. Now I am going to go to all of us because my mama is here as well.
Maybe Keith has an alter ego. Maybe that's why it would be easier.
Oh no, I can't find my glasses. Where are my glasses?
Which ones?
Oh, anyone's.
Here.
Thank you.
Go.
Okay, so here she comes, my mama. What are you today, Ma?
Besides crazy.
Oh, she's an outer space alien. Okay, so guys, every year Sal and I decorate trees for Children's Phoenix Hospital. We go in and we set up, usually about 14 trees we do for the Phoenix Children's Hospital. This year, I'm not sure how many trees we're doing, but our theme is Santa in space. And these are some of the ornaments that we're going to be using on the tree. So it's going to be so much fun. Thank you so much for showing up. We appreciate you. We love that you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And listen, I am so excited about this whole thing about revamping your channel and how you can really do it realistically with measurable goals and content that's going to work. I know we are going to be making our next live very, very soon.
Well,
thinking this week, right? I'm thinking this week. So stay tuned for that. You will get a notification if you have subscribed.
I'm going to take your advice. I don't remember exactly who said it, but I am going to take advantage of my wife.
What? Who said that?
They said to take advantage of you.
Rita said, thanks, Doc. Rita, you're so funny. All right, guys, we're going to say our dating game goodbyes. Goodbye, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video. Can't wait for that to happen. Mom, move that way so we can see you.
Voodoo.
Crazy mom in space. We will see you in the next video, and that is going to be all about marketing.
Ooh.
Audience and market. Audience and market.
Oh,
revamping your channel for 2022. Who should your audience be? What is the market that you are looking at? This is so exciting. I can't wait to do this video. I love this so much. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Toodles.